Hey everyone, good to see you for today's live. I am so excited that you're joining us today, whether you're watching on replay or live. Please make sure you do comment and let us know you're watching this and where you're joining us from. Today, we're talking about mindfulness practice tips for your personal and business success. And I have a special guest for you today, one of our authors of the Women Thrive Women Thrive book, and mindfulness, holistic health practitioner and mindfulness coach, Angelic Ingram. Hi, Angelique. How are you?
Hey, Ramonda, I'm good. I'm so excited to be here with you. Thanks for having me. I'm just so excited to have this discussion with you. Thanks.
Yes. Where are you joining us from today?
I am tuning in from San Diego, California, and it's a bit windy and cold over here. So I got my sweater on. I'm nice and cozy for this conversation. So yes, doing
I'm in
good.
Spain, but yeah, it is a winter season, so it's a little bit cold here too. But it's quite
Uh,
magical how we can get to do this in different parts of the world, connect with our audience today, and also to be able to do this. Isn't it amazing?
it is. And I'm so excited. And thanks for everyone that's tuning in today, whether it's live or the replay. I'm so excited to be here. So thanks again, Ray.
Yeah, this topic is important. I know a lot of people want to pursue their goals, their dreams, build their businesses, but perhaps, they might be on the verge of burnout or just piling too much on their plates. But yet, I know we're all ambitious and I know we all want to get to our goals. But are you actually taking care of yourself and prioritizing your needs? So, today we'll be talking about mindfulness practices because I think to create a successful business, you've got to create a balance. So my guest today is Angelic Ingram, who is a holistic health practitioner, mindfulness coach, and now is an author of the Women Thrive book that is being released this week. I'm so excited to tell you more about this today. But she is passionate about guiding her clients to overcome emotional and mental challenges with her signature mindfulness practices. And in her own journey, Angelique has faced her own health struggles that has taught her how to manage personal wellness, which has become life-changing practices that she teaches others to incorporate in their daily lives. Angelique, it's a pleasure to have you here. So why are we talking about this subject? Why is this important right now? And who's it for?
Oh, okay. I know we only have so much time, but to be honest, and just to be, in a nutshell, this is so important to have these discussions. And a lot of people are having these discussions around mental health and around mental wellness. And part of that for me is my own mindfulness practice. And I love to share with that, with my clients, how they too can use these resources and tools to bring down that energy, that vibe that can overwhelm us and keep us stuck in these, dark places. And right now, especially with just so much going on for people to process and trying to find the balance between work, family, and home and personal self-care, as you said, that's so important because we can't be helping other people if we're not helping ourselves and taking care of our own mental and physical well-being. So that is why this is so important to have this discussion.
Yeah, and in just a quick description, what is mindfulness? What do we call mindfulness?
Mindfulness is really a state of mind, and there's a lot of, misconceptions out there around mindfulness. People think, oh, it's this kind of woo woo kind of thing, people meditating for hours on end. But, it's really just attention plus intention. It's giving yourself the awareness of yourself and how you think and paying attention to the negative thinking patterns that we might have, the judgments, the blame, the guilt. We've all been there, right? And I still struggle when we're human and we struggle with these kinds of things. And mindfulness is the intention of wanting to bring in more balance and more peace into our lives so that we can move through the adversities with more ease and grace.
Yeah, that sounds all amazing. And I'm like, I wish I could just live in Zen every day. But we all know life is not like
But
that.
yes, but it's not about, being happy and positive all the time. Because again, life brings us challenges, life brings us grief and sorrow and disappointment, but it's being able to move through that with more, peace and balance, and being able to pull yourself back and not be stuck in those places.
And I guess it's about having the tools, because I know some people get thrown off balance really quickly, or go into the self-sabotaging thoughts and get stopped in their tracks because of one negative thing happened. And like, that's it, my whole day
Right.
has fallen apart.
Right.
So we're talking about mindfulness for success, for personal business. Give us a little bit of an insight of like, what tools can we have under our belt in order to kind of just have them there to support us through our daily lives.
Yeah, it can definitely impact our success in our professional lives, but it really starts with ourselves. And so that's where we need to begin, is to be, again, more aware of when we're thinking bad thoughts, whether it's about other people, about situations, or about ourselves. And so that thought awareness is really important, because when you go into your professional life, when you are able to, retract from those thoughts, then you're able to create a better environment for yourself and for your employees or the people that you work with. And that in turn can create a safety environment, an environment that your employees build the trust around you, because you're not, reacting and behaving in such ways that can really, deter these, the people that you work with away from you. So the awareness around your thoughts and creating that safety and trust environment for the team that you work with, that's so important, because they have to believe in what you believe. And also, the awareness around your values and your beliefs of what you're doing in terms of business. Where do you see your business going? What do you envision your success being? And really immersing your team into those values and beliefs as well, with a certain particular trust that, they're safe with you, and that they can be vulnerable and they can still be themselves at work, and that really creates a very just nice, balanced environment. People want to come to work. People want to be around their colleagues, and they want to do the best for you. When you can kind of give them all of these great things in terms of balance, peace, vulnerability, give them a space to connect and share outside of the work, projects and deadlines and all these things.
Yeah. I think it's so important, because really the energy at which we vibrate, we also manifest, one, and two, project into the world. So if you're constantly stressed and constantly going through, meltdowns, that's how you're going to affect and attract more of it in your life. So I personally love to be, even in the most, like, things could be falling apart, right? Bombs could be going off in my office. Quite
As
literally.
they do.
You know, things could be just falling apart, and you would just see me, okay, well, let's just do this live right now. And I see what happening around me, and I'm like, okay.
Right. When you let go of those expectations is another thing, expecting things to go just great. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be learning curves in life, and in our work life as well as our personal lives as well. So it's just letting go of the expectations that everything has to be perfect. What is perfect anyway? So it's just like you, Ramonda. I mean, you just have this flow of how you do your business, and that's why the abundance just keeps flowing in, and that's what everyone should have in their lives, in personal and their professional lives.
Yeah, and it makes it so much easier. And I know it's not always, as we spoke about, just a bit of mental health stuff. It's not always easy to manage. So, Angelique,
Right.
you're doing this work in mindfulness coaching and holistic approach to health. What inspired you to start this type of work, and also inspired you to write more about your story in the book?
Yeah, my journey really happened over 20 years ago. There was a bit of trauma, not directly to me, but there was some trauma in my life, and that kind of manifested into physical illness. And I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease that, confined me to a wheelchair for a while. And
Wow.
that right there, it was really eye-opening for me. I always knew that I wanted to help people, and I thought that would be in the science, the clinical setting. I wanted to be a physician assistant, and I was just at the end of that, of my program when I got sick. And, that really changed my perspective of where I thought I wanted to be. And, seeing the bureaucracy behind, healthcare and things like that, I just knew it wasn't for me. And when I was able to get out of that wheelchair, rehabilitate myself, and start to teach myself more holistically how to take care of myself more organically, I fell into the love of holistic care, alternative medicine, and I decided to get my license as a holistic health practitioner and help people that way. And I knew that that was what my calling. So for me, it was kind of like this trauma, this disease. Yeah, I was still processing all of that, but it led me to such a better place where I knew that I could be myself, and I could work however I wanted to and help the community to overcome those kinds of adversities as well. And going through that program, it really led me into the mindfulness practice. And I've been immersing myself with that practice the last 20 years. And now that, 20 years of remission, I'm now, experiencing a relapse, but it's much easier. I have my bad days, but I have all of this, support within myself. And then I've surrounded myself with the people that have really uplifted me and really support me and understand what I'm going through. And it's so much easier now. It's so much better. And I can smile through the pain and, and live by the moment. So that's what brought me into really wanting to help others with my mindfulness practice and the tools and everything that I have, so that other people can get that balance and that peace in their lives, whether that's, personal, professional, it doesn't matter. It's a practice and it's a journey, and I love going along with people to do that.
Yeah. And it's quite incredible because on the outside, we just see you as this beautiful, happy, calm person, right? And we don't know. And this just goes to show that we don't know, one, what people are going through within their lives and the struggles and challenges that they have to face. And
Yes.
then the practices that you're doing in order to manage pain that is not necessarily visible on the outside, right? But
Right.
actually it's something that you're managing, and that's your condition, which you don't necessarily have control of. And sometimes in life, we're not going to have control of things, but yet you've used these practices to support you and to stay and manage
Yeah.
this condition.
Yes.
It's not easy.
Yeah. It's not. And I'm glad that you brought that up because, most of these autoimmune conditions and chronic illnesses are invisible. And, like you say, you just don't know what someone is going through. So, whenever someone snaps at you or, does something a bit crazy or mean or whatnot, I just always take a step back and, and hold empathy for that person, because I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be judged, or, not believed, misunderstood, because I look okay on the outside. You have no idea the pain that I'm dealing with right now. And I'm just grabbing every bit of energy to just get through this day, to get through a podcast or something. It's really hard. And that's why I'm a big advocate for chronic diseases. I'm a volunteer with the Myositis Support and Understanding Organization for myositis, which is the condition that I was diagnosed with 20 years ago and still struggling with. And it's an amazing organization. And that's why it's so important to really find the people that you can connect with, that can understand what you're going through, because we need to share our stories. We need to discuss what we're going through and learn from each other and support one another through all of these crazy things that are going on in our bodies. And that's why mindfulness is so important, because that can really, if you start now, if you start just being more aware of all these little practices in your life, whether it's your thoughts and behaviors, and face the fears, face what's going on behind these kinds of thoughts and behaviors, because it's not easy to face yourself and say, okay, I'm doing this wrong. I can be better. I want to do better. You have to be vulnerable. You have to face yourself and those insecurities, and that's not easy to do. So yeah, all of this, there's just so much, to discuss around mindfulness and around chronic disease, but I'm really grateful to have this volunteer work that I do, and I'm big on it, and I'm always reaching out to the chronic disease community, to help them through their journeys too, because I know I need it.
Yeah. And I just want to invite you who are watching this right now, if you have any questions for our speakers, for our speaker today, for Angelique, if you have any questions around mindfulness practices, about self-care, dealing with chronic pain, or perhaps just something that's going on in your life right now, feel free to ask the questions now in the chat. Also, I will ask you how people can connect in a moment. But you've been amazing. We've been working together for the last 6 months on the Women Thrive book, which is our compilation, inspirational book of women overcoming adversities. And you, of course, shared your own very personal story, and been amazing in just whole process. Tell me more about what inspired you to be an author. How was this journey for you? What are you excited about? I mean, I got so many questions about the author journey for you.
Yeah, because this is my first book. This is my very first published book, and I have been wanting to tell my story for so long, Ramonda. It's been 20 years, and I'm finally in a place where, okay, I can sit down and write this story without just like breaking down, But with that said, this whole experience has been a healing process, because there's always going to be something that I need to deal with, right? And I need to face again. And writing my story from the trauma through the disease, and how that journeyed me through where I am today, which is more at peace and finding more balance and joy. It was a healing journey, because I had to sit there and write again all of those experiences that I went through. And that really touched me in so many parts. And being able to go back there and say, oh, wow, I didn't realize I still had emotion around this. I didn't realize I still have to do a little bit more processing around trust, or the limitations that I have, and all of the great things that I have to be grateful for now. All the gratitude that it strengthened my inner being. And having this project, having this book, the last 6 months was like divine timing for me, because and maybe some of the other authors feel the same, because it was a time that I was still going, through. I mentioned that, I started to relapse again last year, and this book has really kept me above water, because I'm being able to share it now with the world, and share it with my friends and family and everybody out there who needs to just feel the hope and the inspiration through all of our stories, not just mine. There are so many amazing women on this book that their stories are just incredible, including yours, Ramonda. And, I'm just grateful for having this book now to share with everyone I know, and share with those people that I don't. And, it's about connecting It's about women empowerment, connecting other women with women. And I am just, I'm beside myself. Honestly, I am just so thrilled to be sharing this and connecting with everybody around this book.
Yeah.
So thank
Thank
you for the opportunity.
I'm so excited about this book, and I think there's so much we can do to help and inspire other people. And I think book is just one of those ways. And thank you for, trusting the process, because I know I've been through this process a few times myself in writing my chapter, and I can't say it gets easier.
Right?
Because it's personal. And when we write, especially, we go back into moments of when it was painful or hard or difficult, we went through some challenges or traumas. It's never easy. And just putting the book out, it's never an easy thing, because you always question, it's like, is this enough? Is this good enough? Should I be sharing this? It's going out into the world.
Right.
So I just want to say thank you for being on this journey and putting your story out there, because here's the thing, there's a purpose to our story. And if those of you listening as well, if you're going through some challenging times, difficult situations in your life, just know there is a purpose to your pain. And maybe that purpose is to either learn a lesson or overcome this pain. So you too can become the person who are people looking up to and say, hey, you can inspire someone. And you don't have to wait for 20 years to share your story. Maybe, hey, maybe that's life, and this is how long it has taken you. But now we're here, and we're just 1 week away from this book launch.
I know. I'm so excited. This is going to be great. Yes. It's an amazing project, and I hope all of you listening just tune in for this next event coming up on Saturday, and the release of the book next week. We are just beside ourselves. So
Yeah. So for those of you watching this right now or watching on replay, our book launch event is happening February 25th in 2023. And this is going to be an opportunity to meet not only Angelique and hear a little bit more about her story, but also 7 other inspiring authors from this amazing book. This is a compilation, inspirational true stories of women overcoming adversity in their lives. And these stories are really life-changing. This is an opportunity for you to know that, for us to tell you and share with you that you're not alone, and you don't have to be alone, whatever you're going through in your life. And that's why we call it Women Thrive, right? Why do we call it Women Thrive? Because we can rise
because we
together
can thrive.
and make an impact. Any last thoughts for our audience today?
Yeah, I just want, like you said, Ramonda, I just want to echo all of what you said. You're not alone, to the listeners and to the people who are watching this later on. You are not alone, and there's always people out there that will understand and help support you through your journeys. And I think that's the most important thing, is to surround yourself really with those people, the people that uplift you. Because I know for me, in my own personal experiences, when I'm down at my lowest, and we all have those moments where we just need to just lay in bed and cry, or feel upset or frustrated. That's okay. That's human behavior. But being able to just, say, I'm going to reach out to this person who always knows how to make me laugh, or always knows how to uplift my spirit, and knows me and reminds me of how beautiful I am and how strong I am. That's important. So I hope you all just tune into that. Tune into your circle of friends and be grateful for who you have around you, whether that's one person or 10 people. It doesn't matter. So just surround yourself with the love and support.
I love it. And that's certainly the kind of energy and community we try to foster, that everyone is welcome, and everyone is welcome to be themselves. For me, it's really, really important that when you enter our events, our community, that you're able to be yourself and have that space held for you by our speakers, our authors, and other community members, that it's okay. You're not, defected fruit if you're going through something, if life has knocked you down a couple of times, because truth is, we all have. We all have. And you don't have to feel alone. And I'm smiling through it because, Angelique, I know sometimes how painful it is to smile going through what you're going through. And I
Yeah.
know there's times I couldn't smile in my journey. I couldn't even recognize myself looking in a mirror, like, who is this woman? And here we
Yeah.
are, having a celebration, but not just celebration for us for this book, or, coming to the end of the beginning of the project for our readers, but actually having found the strength, um, and being able to do this to inspire and impact other people's lives. And I think that's what we want to celebrate, that this is the beginning of the journey for people to be inspired and impacted by our stories. And that's what I want to celebrate today.
Yes.
Angelique, how can people get in touch with you if they wanted to connect with you anywhere?
Yes, I encourage everyone to connect with me. I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram at Mindful Journeys. I have a website, mindfuljourneytofreedom.com. You'll find me all over Instagram, all over LinkedIn. So I hope that you do connect with me. Let's support each other and share our experiences. Always happy to connect.
Beautiful. And go ahead to womenthrivesummit.com and /book. Register for your spot for the upcoming book launch event happening this Saturday, February 25th. And the official launch date for the book is 28th of February. And of course, it'll be promoted throughout March, as it's Women's History Month, Women's International Women's Day. And we are truly celebrating women and their stories, their strengths, their courage. And today, I just want to say thank you to Angelique for doing your mission and purpose work, inspiring others and sharing the story with the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do, Ramonda.
Thank you. If this conversation inspired you, I want you to make sure you leave a comment below. Let us know where you watched this from, and also share it with someone who you feel that this could inspire or impact. We are grateful for your support, and we also look forward to seeing you not only at the book launch, but also at the future events. Take care for now. Bye-bye.